Hello all, welcome to JONET Solution. So today we are going to see ARP, that is reverse ARP, reverse address resolution protocol. So in this session we are going to learn about the reverse ARP. So reverse ARP will work on the data link layer OSI reference model, that is layer 2. ARP used to find the IP address of the system. ARP use DHCP, that is Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, to assign the IP address for the devices. ARP use its own layer 2 MAC address to find layer 3 IP address. Because we know that each and every interface has its Ethernet. In that is Ethernet, there should be a 48-bit hexadecimal permanent address will be stored. So layer 3 will be the IP address, that is a logical IP address which is assigned by the system or network engineer or even by the DHCP server. Now, DHCP uses the DORA process that we can see. ARP, that is reverse ARP, used 48-bit MAC address to find 32-bit IP address. So, the system will always have the layer 2 as a permanent MAC address. That is layer 2 address. Sometimes they will call BIA, burn-in address. Now it is trying to find the layer 2 with the help of layer 3 IP address. DHCP services, that is DORA process, and APIPA IP address. These are the things we are going to see in this session. Now, for that, for the reverse ARP, we need a DHCP server. So, select the server from Cisco Packet Tracer and drag and drop on the workspace. So, once you selected the server, then we have to select the desktop. Then we need to select the IP configuration. In that IP configuration, we need to select the static. Even it was a DHCP server, definitely we should enter the IP address static mode only. So once you enter IP address and the subnet mask. So on the DHCP server, select the desktop, then select the command prompt and type the ipconfig to view the IP address and the subnet mask. Because this IP address and subnet mask we have given manually for the DHCP server. So this is a mandatory to give IP address to clients, that is DHCP clients. In server, select the service, that is DHCP service. Then by default, the DHCP service will be in off mode and the server pool will be in a default range. Now, first, we need to turn the DHCP service and mention the start IP address and the subnet mask. Once you mention that start IP address and subnet mask, then finally you need to save the settings with the help of the save button. On the DHCP server and the client, go to the command prompt and type the ipconfig /all to view the IP address as well as your layer 2 MAC address. So it will list out your layer 2 physical IP address, and if you assign any layer 3 IP address, that is also we can see. So that PC0 is act like a DHCP client. Here there is no IP address we have assigned, so it listed like 0, 0, 0, 0, that is squad 0. For subnet mask also 0, 0, 0, 0. Now in the DHCP, that is on the DHCP PC, select the desktop, then select the command prompt and type the ipconfig to view the IP address. So initially it doesn't have any IP address or subnet mask. So we are going to use the DHCP server to get the IP address for this PC0. Now in our topology, we have used DHCP server and the DHCP client. On the DHCP client, that is PC, select the desktop, then select the IP configuration. By default, it will be a static then we need to select the dynamic for a dynamically assign the IP address from DHCP server. Now turn on the simulation mode to step by step and even level learning. Now on the DHCP client, select the DHCP option. Now the client will request the IP address to the DHCP server. So once you requesting the IP address, okay, from the DHCP client to the DHCP server, open the simulation panel to view the DHCP packet. Once you open, it will have layer 2 information, layer 3 information as well as layer 4 information. Because this DHCP server will use the special port number that is 68 and 67 for its communication with the help of UDP. In layer 3, we already learned that there are two protocols is run, one is TCP, another one is UDP. So here our DHCP server will use UDP. On select the forward option in the simulation mode, the DHCP server generated the layer 3 packet, that is 2 packet, DHCP and ICMP. Simultaneously, one more layer 2 ARP frame also it was generated. So packet 1, packet 2, packet 3. One is DHCP, another one is ICMP, another one is ARP. Now we can see each layer in details. First DHCP. DHCP service will work based on the layer 4. ICMP will work on the layer 3, that is network layer. ARP will work on the layer 2, that is data link layer. Now we need to learn about the DHCP DORA process. What is mean by DORA? So abbreviation, discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. So what about the discover? In our topology, there are only DHCP server and DHCP client will be there. Now the DHCP client is trying to get the IP address to the DHCP server. So in layer 2, the client will add its MAC address to find the layer 3 IP address of the for its communication. Now in layer 2, it add its client MAC address and trying to find the DHCP MAC address, that is 12F. So initially it doesn't know the DHCP MAC address, so it uses the 12F. In layer 2, the client does not have any IP address, so it using the 0000 quad 0. And even it doesn't know the DHCP IP address, that's why it is using the broadcast IP address as 255.255.255.255, 4 times 255. That is a direct broadcast IP address. It uses the port number as 68 for client and 67 for server. Once it discover that DHCP server, then the server will offer the client, then the client will receive the offer from the servers. Now server will add its MAC address and sends to the client's MAC address. It's a unicast communication. Now the ARP table will be formed. Now in the layer 3, server IP address, it will try to give to the client with the help of 255.255.255 broadcast IP address. In the layer 4, the port number will be interchanged. So source port will be a 67 and the destination port will be a 68. Now the direction flow from server to client. Then the request. The request will be sent from the client to the DHCP server. This is the IP address I can need. So client add its MAC address, still it is trying to find its MAC address, and the layer 2, it will be the broadcast. From the layer 3, it is also broadcast and it's showing the quad 0 and the 4 times 255. And the layer 4, that port number will be changed. For a client, it's a 68. For a DHCP server, it is a 67. Once it done, the DHCP server will acknowledge the packet to the client. So the source port will be the 67 and the destination port will be a 68. When the broadcast, it serves the IP address, that is server IP address, and it sends to the unicast message in the layer 2 because the particular system is going to acknowledge it by the server. So in layer 2, they have its server MAC address and client MAC address. So like this the DORA process will be happen. Now, DHCP DORA process, all the 3 layer outputs are listed here. So in layer 2, what happened? In layer 3, what happened? In layer 3, what the port number it was exchanging, like that. Each and every thing we can learn by using the simulation mode. DHCP client will generate the layer 2 broadcast MAC address frame to find the DHCP server MAC address. Now, it put its own MAC address, that is 0001 C7727447E, and is trying to find the DHCP MAC address with the help of 12F. So like that, each and every step it will processed. On the DHCP client, we need to select DHCP option. Once the DORA process is successfully completed, DHCP client will get the IP address and the subnet mask. So here it was listed DHCP requesting successful. So now go to the client, that is on DHCP client, go to the command prompt, then view the IP address. Earlier we have seen that quad 0 and quad subnet mask. Now you can get that 192.168.1.150 and the subnet mask 255.255.255. From the DHCP client, try to ping the DHCP server IP address to check the layer 3 reachability. From the client PC0, I am trying to ping. Earlier there is no ARP is happen. So without IP address, definitely we cannot able to ping. Now we can get the IP address. Now we try to ping the server IP address, that is 192.168.1.100. After successful ping, I can able to get the DHCP MAC address, that is DHCP IP address 192.168.1.100 and its MAC address 00143285912. On the DHCP client, IP address is not reachable. Any IP related issues, we need to execute the command ipconfig/release. And we need to consecutively execute one more command ipconfig/renew. So that will reset your IP parameter and try to fetch the new IP address and the new subnet mask gateway DNS IP parameters from DHCP server. If any DHCP related issue, the DHCP client will get APIPA, that is automatic private IP address assigning, when it have the DHCP related issues. In APIPA, we learned that is 169.254 as a range of APIPA. And the third act and fourth act will assign by the Ethernet, that we cannot able to predict. The first 2 act we can able to predict, that 169.254 will get it from the APIPA. So this is our end of the ARP session. Now we will see the lab session. So we need one server. Okay, we need one server, and I'm going to make it as DHCP server. I'm going to assign that 192.168.1.100 and the mask 255.255.255.255.0. And I have taken the PC0, so this will act like a DHCP client. Now go to the DHCP server, then we need to select the desktop, then we need to go to the IP configuration. So we need to manually configure the IP address by 192.168.1.100. So I am not going to use any gateway or DNS here. So I am just using the IP address as well as the subnet mask. Go to the command prompt. Usually we will give ipconfig to check whether we can have the valid IP address and subnet mask. If you need the MAC address also, that means layer 2 address, ipconfig space /all. So here we can able to find its MAC address. I'm copy the MAC address and paste it here. This is the DHCP server MAC address. Now I am going to the client. So client, go to the desktop, see the IP config, still it is in the static port. Now we need to select the DHCP. Before selecting the DHCP, we need to establish the physical connectivity. So we have a server and desktop. So we need to select the crossover cable. We need to establish the connection. Now we have established the connection. Now time to turn on your simulation mode. Now go to the PC0. Now try to hit the DHCP in the IP config. Once you given, it was requesting the IP address to server. Now the client will generate one DHCP packet. Now open that packet. So here it was very clear that your layer 3 using the UDP protocol, the source port will be 68 and the destination port will be a 67. Initially client doesn't have any IP address, that's why 000 quad 0 and the destination will be 255.255.255.255. That is a layer 3 broadcast IP address. And the client using its own MAC address, that is 0001 C772.747E. Now it is trying to find the layer 2 MAC address also for the DHCP server. So it is using the 12F. Now select the forward. Now the packet will be moved to the server. Now this server will receive 3 types of packet. That is DHCP. Okay, from the PC, 3 packets were generated. DHCP, ICMP and ARP. Just open the DHCP. Okay, what is the DHCP packet? So usually it's look like this. Open the ICMP packet. It is having the source address as 1.100 and destination will be a 1.1. And go to the ARP packet. That is layer 2 packet. So it has its own MAC address and it is trying to send it to the client. Now forward. Now first packet, that is ARP packet will be generated. Okay. Now second, the DHCP process is generated. In the DHCP, now we can able to find that this is the source address, this is the destination address. So for client, it receiving the 000 and the port number, you can see the layer 4, 64 here because it's a DHCP server. For the client, 68. Now the client want to reply. So the client add its own port number as a source and the destination port for the remote system. Now this will keep on. Okay. So this is our inbound source IP address, destination IP address, and this is our outbound. So what is the source address and what is the destination address? Right. So there are a lot of information is there. Okay. So we can scroll down and you can able to see that in port level as well, destination port number, client your IP address, server IP address, like that, and hardware address. Now again fast forward, again forward. So the communication will be keep on happen once the DORA process will happen. So I'm going to the real mode. Once the DORA process is successfully completed, now our client will get the IP address. So here 192.168.1.1, this is our IP address. Go to the command prompt. Okay, go to the command prompt. Then we can able to see IP config. Once you type the IP config, now we can get the IP address, that is 192.168.1.1. Now we can get the IP address from the DHCP server. Now try to ping. Now initially first we need to check ARP space -A. This system is not communicated any other system. Now try to ping the DHCP server, that is 192.168.1.100. That is our DHCP IP address. Now ping. Now we can get the 4 successful reply. Once the 4 successful reply is completed, now hit the same command, that is ARP space -A. Now you can get the DHCP IP address as well as your DHCP MAC address. Like this only, the reverse ARP will work. So go to the DHCP server. Okay. Now I am going to go to the service, go to the DHCP. Now it was on. Now I am going to try to change the starting IP address as 150. Then I am going to save it, because once you save only we can able to find here starting IP address as 192.168.1.50. Now go to the client. Now try to check your IP address, IP config. Still it was 192.168.1.1. Now I am going to release it. I am going to release. Now after entering the IP config space / release, I am getting all the IP address as 0 and the subnet mask is 0. Now I am going to renew my IP address. What is the command? IP config space / renew. Once it done, now I can get the new IP address, that is 192.168.1.50 with 255.255.255. Now check R-A, still no entry, because you have assigned the new IP address. So once you ping the 192.168.1.100, that is DHCP, then only the ARP table will form. Now go to the R space -A, then you can able to find the DHCP IP address and DHCP MAC address. Now what happened? In any circumstance, some issues related to the DHCP server. Now I am going to turn off the DHCP service. Now the DHCP service is turned off. Physically I have not disconnected any cable now. So go to the client, go to the command prompt, that is DHCP client. Now check the same command, ipconfig space forward renew. Now this client is trying to renew its IP address with the help of DHCP server. Now what happened? We have turned off the DHCP service in the server. Now the DHCP request is failed. Now check your IP address. Now we can get the APIPA, that is automatic private IP address assigning, with the first oct and second oct will be 169.254. Okay, so we can see this IP address, static and DHCP requesting IP address. You can see graphically also that DHCP will fail. The DHCP failed, the APIPA is being used. The APIPA IP address starts from 169.254. So like this only it will work. Thank you. Thanks for watching our ARP reverse ARP session.